All right, and welcome in, everybody. Hope y'all are having a fantastic, fantabulous, awesome freaking day. My name is Garrett Shoemake, and this is the Shoemake Take coming at you with a Week 4 preview. As you can tell, there's no intro. I decided to take it out. Your viewership and how long people have been watching my videos and when they stop watching, the viewership and how long they watch the video for dies right when the intro starts. So I decided to take it out for now. If you guys want me to keep it back in, let me know in the comments. But for now, I'm going to take it out. You guys, without even asking, have told me what you want, and so I'm going to make that adjustment for y'all. So other than that, starting with Week 4. So this week of football is going to be pretty good. Week 4 has always been interesting to me because this is where we're going to finally get a solid idea of what every team looks like. By this point, after Week 4, we'll know, like, okay, who are the legit teams, who are the teams that are kind of in the middle, and who are the bad ones. Like, obviously, we kind of have an idea already. Week 4 kind of solidifies it because it's a solid 4 games. The first quarter of the season's done. By mid-season, we'll have a more concrete answer. But after Week 4, that first initial impression and foundation has been laid and for each team, in my opinion. So that's why Week 4 has always been so interesting to me. But overall, the slate of games that we're going to be talking about, a lot of it's pretty good. My top 5 games, number 5 is going to be a little controversial, but I'll explain why when we talk about it. But everything else, I mean, the slate is just pretty darn good. I mean, there's only a couple games here that look a little lopsided, like the Saints at Bills, the Chargers, Giants. Other than that, all these other games should be close. They should be competitive. They should be interesting for all the right reasons. We've got a couple good rematches from last year as well that we're going to look at once we get to them. But I think this is going to be a fun week of football. I think it's going to be very defining and not much more to say after that. I think it's going to be fun. So without further ado, let's start talking about Week 4 with my top 5 games of the week. And as we say, let it preview. Starting with number 5, out of nowhere, I got the Tennessee Titans on the road against the Houston Texans. Now, why are 2 0-3 teams on my top 5 games of the week? Why is it number 5? Well, let me tell you. Because these two teams are 0-3 and they are getting desperate. Both two teams need a get-right game so bad. Houston Texans fans over there are hitting the panic button. They're like, beep, 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 because their team is 0-3, and they did not expect to go 0-3. I did not expect to go 0-3. I thought they'd be worse than last year, but I didn't expect them to start like this, and they desperately need a get-right win. And for Tennessee, things have gotten so bad over there. Brian Callahan, the head coach, has stopped calling plays. He's relieved his duties of being a play caller, handed over to quarterback coach Bo Hardegree. I made a video about that, if you guys want to go check that out. I'm a Titans fan, by the way. But both of these teams need a win really bad. And so I think that it's going to be interesting in and of itself because of that. It's also a divisional matchup. There's a chance that this game gets really interesting because of this narrative of these two winless teams going up against each other, and it's being both of them being very desperate for a win. But all that elaboration aside, what are my keys to the game? Well, starting with Tennessee, number one, you got to get the quick game. The Texans' defense is good. It's still good. The pass rush is good, and Titans' offensive line has not been good at all. So with this new play caller and Bo Hardegree, call the quick games. Get a bunch of quick passes. Get Cam Ward comfortable. Just get this offense moving. It doesn't have to be big play, no. Just dink and dunk your way down the field. Get into a rhythm. Just look like you're actually knowing how to play football. The Titans offense doesn't look like it knows how to play football right now. Just look like you know how to play NFL football. That's all I'm looking for with the quick game. If you can do that, maybe you can get down the field and actually score some touchdowns for once instead of field goals, right? Key number 2, the pass rush needs to step up. This Texans offensive line is awful. Like I said it was going to be. Awful. But guess what? The Titans defensive line is also awful. The pass rush is 0. It is non-existent. It is a movable force it's a stoppable force versus a movable object. Like, this is a battle that is going to be a terrible one, if I do say so myself, where neither team should win their battle given how bad the opposition is. But on the Titans side, it needs to step up. If there's any time for the Titans pass rush to do anything, it needs to be this game against an awful Texans offensive line. And if they cannot do it in this game, they have no shot at ever having a good pass rush in a hot minute. Not just talking about right now, but for years to come, because this is bad. The Titans defensive line is awful. right now. Number 3, gotta contain Nico Collins. Nico Collins is the one true threat that the Texans have on offense right now. If you can slow him down, you'll probably slow the rest of this Texans offense down, just as every other team has been able to do so far, although Nico Collins has continued to be very productive. So shout out to him to fight through the adversity that his offense has had to deal with, but they need to slow him down. In turn, will help increase their chances of winning. Going to Houston's keys, they need to run the ball. The Titans have had one of the worst run defenses in the NFL. No one runs the ball in Tennessee, right? Well, they have been this year. You need to run the ball. Nick Chubb needs to get some carries. These other running backs need to get involved as well. This is a true weak spot in this team. You need to attack it. Then key number 2, the offensive line needs to step up. You're going up against an awful pass rush and defensive line, like I said, in Tennessee. If there's any time for their offensive line to get something going and bounce back, this would be the game. So they need to step up big time. And then number 3, just do your job. The Titans are bad. They are the worst team in the NFL right now, and it's not even close. And I'm telling you that in confidence. If you just play good football, you're gonna win this game. Let's be honest. If you just play good football, you're going to win this game. The Titans are going to kill themselves and shoot themselves in the foot and beat themselves anyways. So as long as you don't make any mistakes and don't let the Titans hang around, you're going to win this game. And that's why I have the Texans winning, because I can't trust the Titans to play actual NFL football. It's going to look like a bunch of college players playing against NFL players. That's what it's going to look like. Again, I don't have any faith that things are going to be different all of a sudden with a new play caller. I don't have faith in that, because everything else about the offense is garbage. Everything else is broken. I don't expect someone calling plays that's helped build a broken offense is going to fix things. Come on, who are we kidding? I'll remain hopeful from a fan side of things, but I do not realistically expect things to actually change. So give me the Texans to win this game. Now we move to the number 4 game of the week, and things actually start to get better with the Packers on the road against the Dallas Cowboys on Sunday Night Football. Micah Parsons returning to Jerry's World to face his former team. This one's going to be a very juicy, drama-filled game for sure with that storyline. Starting with the Packers side of things, you got to get the passing game going. Last week against the Browns, the passing game was absolutely nullified, and it allowed the Browns to drag the Packers through the mud and win this game. Well, here's the thing. The Cowboys' pass defense is the worst in the NFL statistically. So if you need any chance to get the passing game going, get Jordan Love going, here it is. Here's your opportunity. I expect them to get the passing game going, and I think they will. Then we get to key number 2. It is letting Micah Parsons loose. He's going to want to play in this game. He's going to want to play aggressive. He's going to want to get after the Cowboys' offensive line, get after Dak, and show Jerry Jones that he made a mistake trading him away. And I know that the first 2 weeks, he was on a pitch count. He was playing limited snaps. I don't know what it was for week 3 against the Browns, so not 100% on it. But regardless, he needs to play the majority of this game. They need to just let him loose and let him play football, because there is no more opportunity, better opportunity for him to play the whole game and let him wreak havoc on the Cowboys offensive line. And I think they do. I think they let him run wild. And then key number 3, you got to slow down Dak. Dak Prescott is the engine of this offense, and he's been the only thing that's really kept this offense on the field, keeping them competitive along with CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens. If you can get pressure on Dak, slow down these receivers, you can help slow down this offense. And along with letting Micah Parsons do his thing, he will also play a role in that. So if Micah Parsons isn't doing his job, then more than likely they're not going to accomplish key number 3. And likewise, vice versa, if Micah Parsons does his job, key number 3 might also be accomplished. So here's to hoping that the Packers defense can do what they can to slow down Dak. Then we get to the Cowboys side of things. And number 1, you got to get Dak comfortable and keep him comfortable, because the Packers defense is going to be coming after him. Micah Parsons is going to be coming after him. So how do you keep him comfortable? Just give him a clean pocket, give him easy throws to start the game, let him get into a rhythm, and then as the game goes along, just play into where the Packers defense is taking him. Take what the defense gives you. Use CeeDee Lamb, use George Pickens. These are really good receivers. You should have success because they're more talented than the Packers corners. So if you can just play your game, just get Dak comfortable with easy throws and protect him cleanly, Dak will play well, and that'll increase the Cowboys' chances of winning. And then number 2, got to slow down Jordan Love. The Browns did a great job last week of dragging their offense through the mud. It's going to be hard because, like I said, the Cowboys' pass defense is awful, But if there's a chance that you can slow him down, the rest of this offense is going to slow down. And it's going to put that much more pressure on this defense to be able to keep him in the game. And that gives you a better chance to be able to take advantage of their defense. And then number 3, it's no mistakes. You cannot make a mistake. You're the inferior football team here. You don't have a big margin for error. So if you make mistakes, the Packers are going to take advantage of that. So no interceptions, no fumbles. I don't want to see it happen. I want to see a clean game from the Dallas Cowboys. If they can play clean and they can get Dak comfortable, they can slow down Jordan Love, they have a chance to win this game. Ultimately, who do I have winning? I have the Packers winning. The Packers are a better football team. I think with Micah Parsons wanting to play well in this game, I think he's going to dominate in this game. And with an awful pass defense, I think the Packers passing game bounces back after last week's disaster. I think they win this game in Jerry's world. Then we go to number 3, Colts at the Rams. Last time these two teams faced off and went to overtime, it was really close. It was actually Anthony Richardson's first start. So, a little factoid for you. But for the Colts, there are 3 keys. Number 1, you got to run the ball well. The Rams' run defense has quite frankly been average so far this year statistically, and their pass defense has not been, or no, their pass defense, excuse me, has been really good. I almost said has not been great. No, it has been great. It has been really good. So the Colts, their strong suit is running the ball with Jonathan Taylor. The Rams' weak spot on defense is run defense. It's been average. It's not been bad. But if there's any place to attack, that is a good place to start. So I want to see them get Jonathan Taylor involved early and often. I should expect that regardless because that is how the Colts run their offense. But more, especially in this game with this Rams defense, they need to get that going. Key number 2, got to keep Daniel Jones clean. One thing that the Colts have done really well is with their offensive line. Their offensive line has played pretty darn well this year, better than what I thought it would be. So credit to them. So I want that to continue. Against a really strong Rams defensive line in the pass rush department, they need to do a really good job because we haven't seen what this offense looks like when Daniel Jones is uncomfortable. He's had a lot of time to make the throws he needs to make. He's been a really good point guard-esque type of player for the Colts so far. If you can get him off rhythm, it might be time to see if turnover happen and make mistakes. The Colts have not turned the ball over yet on offense, and a Rams defensive line that can get pressure, if they can do that, then we might actually see that happen for once. So the Colts need to keep him clean. Number 3, got to continue to force turnovers. The Colts have gotten turnover at least one in every single game this year so far, and they need to be able to force turnovers on the Rams to be able to win. The Rams offense is electric. It is strong. It is consistent, and they're not going to have much of a problem scoring points, I don't think. So the only way you're going to win is if you force turnovers, take away the ball, and help out your offense, which has been playing very, very well. So if you can do that and give more opportunities for your offense, that'll help put a lot of pressure on the Rams. And then getting to the Rams keys. Number 1, got to win the red zone battle. The Colts have the worst red zone defense in the NFL. That's the one thing about their defense that's truly been bad this year. So if you can get down into the red zone, you got to score touchdowns when they present themselves. You got to take advantage of those opportunities. If you can, the more points you can score, and in turn puts more pressure on the rest of this team to perform. The Colts have not been under serious pressure so far this year. They haven't played any good teams yet. So here is a real opportunity to put your foot on their throats and really see what they're made of and test them. And that starts with winning in the red zone. Number 2, play balanced football. You got to be able to run and throw the ball well here because the Colts defense statistically has done good at stopping both. So you want to be able to try both. Don't get one-dimensional. As long as you can play balanced on both ends, that'll give you your best chance to win. Then number 3, don't turn the ball over. Like I mentioned, the Colts have gotten a turnover in every single game this year so far. If you can minimize the turnovers, that'll minimize the chances that the Colts will get opportunities to score points and put pressure on you. It's all about pressure in this game. If you can get pressure on the Colts, there's a higher chance that they'll crack compared to if the Colts get pressure on the Rams. The Rams are battle tested. They're going to be able to fight through this game a little bit better than the Colts, I think, which is why I have the Rams winning this game. Because there's going to be mistakes in this game, I think, by both teams, and it's going to come to who can actually overcome them, and I think the Rams have shown that they have a better chance of overcoming them compared to the Colts. I think the Colts are going to be tested in this game. I have them losing their first game of the year. Rams win this one. Then we move to number 2. We got the Eagles on the road against the Bucs. This has been a really strong revived rivalry over these past few years, and the Eagles have struggled on the road against Tampa. So what do they need to do to win? Number one, they got to attack the corners of Tampa Bay. That has been the weak spot on their defense still, and I don't expect that to change anytime soon. A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith had really strong games last week. I expect that to continue with them being healthy as compared to last year when they were out for the game against Tampa. Now they're going to be in this game. They're going to be healthy. Here's a chance for them to really attack these corners and help this offense out like they couldn't a year ago. Number two, you got to get creative with Saquon Barkley. The Bucs run defense has been fantastic, and they also brought back Desmond Watson, the big 460-pound defensive tackle out of Florida. So there's a reason why they brought him back, because to stop the tush push. So with that being said, going back to Barkley's side, you're going to have to get creative with them because the Bucs run defense is good. Running up the middle and trying to attack them is not going to be fruitful. You need to be able to get Saquon outside, utilize him in the passing game. You don't need to get Saquon Barkley 100 rushing yards, but if you can get him 100 scrimmage yards, that will help this offense a lot with staying on schedule. And then number three, end the game with the ball. This is going to be the same thing with Tampa on their third key to finish with the ball, but on the Eagles side of things, do not give, if you are up by one score, do not give Baker the ball back to end the game with giving him a chance to drive down the field and win. The Bucs have won every single game of the year so far that way. The Bucs are down by one score. Bucs get the ball back with 2 minutes to go. Baker drives them down the field and they win the game. So do not give Baker the ball back at the end of the game. Don't do that, and don't put that pressure on your defense, because Baker Mayfield has proven against good defenses, might I add, like Houston, he's proven that he will go down the field and win. So do not do that. If you can do that and finish with the ball in your hands, the odds of you winning jumps tenfold. Then we go to Tampa's side. Number one, you got to utilize your backs. All of your backs. Sean Tucker, Bucky Irving, Rashad White. I just combined their names because the Eagles' run defense has been slightly below average this year. Their pass defense has been really good. Not really good, but has been good. But like I said, the run defense has been slightly below average this year so far. So you got to be able to attack them. And the Bucs have done a really good job running the football. They're one of the best in the NFL so far this year through 3 games. So I expect that to remain the same. Bucky Irving, Rashad White, get Sean Tucker involved. These guys are a great trio of backs. I expect them to have success, and I expect them to be used early and often. Excuse me. Number two, got to protect Baker Mayfield. The Bucs offensive line, even though it's been very patchwork, they have Graham Barton, their starting center, at left tackle. Cody Maw is done for the year. Luke Gedeke is hurt. Tristan Wirfs is hurt. They have had to reshuffle their offensive line like a bunch of Uno cards. But you know what? They've played pretty darn well despite the fact. But that doesn't change the fact that they need to protect Baker Mayfield, because even though the Eagles defense has not been as good compared to last year, they are still very talented and they are still very dangerous. And if they can take advantage of this offensive line, it will wreck this game plan for Tampa, because their offense has not been particularly amazing. They've had their fair share of struggles in the passing game. So if Baker Mayfield gets thrown off his rhythm, he'll probably make a mistake. You might see an interception or two thrown, and that's going to not bode well for them. So protecting Baker is going to be paramount, even though it's going to be a very tough task. Then number three, like I mentioned with the Eagles' third key, finish with the ball. If you are down by one score and Baker Mayfield has the ball with a chance to win, if I'm a Bucs fan, I'm doing this. I'm going to sit back, relax, and watch Baker Mayfield cook and defeat the Eagles. That's what they need to do. If they can finish with the ball in their hands, even if they're down, I trust Baker Mayfield's going to go down the field and win. Compared to what Baker Mayfield done in the final drives versus the rest of the game, he turns into a completely different quarterback. It's like a switch flips, and he just locks in. He just locks the heck in. So if you can just do that, give Baker Mayfield the ball to end the game, finish with the ball in your hands, the odds of you winning, just like I said with the Eagles, will shoot up tenfold. Then we move to number one, where I'm not as confident with this one, but it is the Ravens on the road against the Chiefs. Both of these teams needing a big win here to move to 500. Both teams are 1-2 at the moment and really cannot afford to go 1-3. On the Ravens side of things, what do they need to do to win? Number one, you got to get Derrick Henry going. The Chiefs have the 18th ranked run defense, so I see that as an exploit. The Ravens run the ball really well, as we know, so there's an opportunity here to get Derrick Henry going and for him to have a bounce-back night after Monday Night Football against the Lions was not his best night at all by any stretch. Then, number two, got to win on third down. The third down offense for the Ravens and the third down defense for the Chiefs are both top 10 in the NFL. If you can win on third down on offense, that will help your chances to win games. As long as you can keep this defense on the field, get them tired, sustain drives. The Chiefs defense is obviously clear and far and away the strong part of their football team. So if you can whittle them down, then that will help increase your odds of winning. And then number 3 on the other side, on the Ravens defense, please God, don't collapse in the fourth quarter. They've done it every single week. Well, not week 2 against the Browns, but they did it against the Bills. They did it against the Lions. The Ravens defense has been disappointing so far this year, but I looked at the statistics and it has downright been bad. This has been one of the worst defenses in the NFL through 3 weeks, and quite frankly, that is insane. It is insane how this defense that is so freaking talented, probably the most talented defense Lamar Jackson has ever had, and so far it's been the worst defense Lamar Jackson has ever had to play with on his time being with the Ravens. So the defense, for the love of God, against Patrick Mahomes of all people, do not collapse in the fourth quarter. Do not start choking, because if you fall to 1-3 because of poor defensive play, Baltimore Ravens fans are going to be mad. I'm not going to be very happy. I had high hopes for this defense, and they have been awful. So they need to step up big time on the road against an opponent that they know very well in Patrick Mahomes. They cannot afford to choke in the fourth quarter like they have in their 2 primetime games. Do not do it. Please do not. Then we get to the Chiefs side of things. The number one key for them, attack this defense. Like I just said, the Ravens defense has been awful. The Chiefs offense has been very average. If there's any time for this offense to get some good things going, now is the time. And I'm saying attack them. Get aggressive. Test them. The Ravens defense has been awful against the pass, has been really bad stopping the run. The Chiefs should have success against this defense, and that's why I'm telling them to attack them right away. Take your shots down the field. Do not be afraid to challenge this Ravens defense, because you were probably going to win if you execute your keys and do it properly. Number 2, stay disciplined on defense. You're going up against a really strong run team when your run defense is not that great. So Derrick Henry, you need to find ways to contain him, contain Lamar Jackson. The Lions showed you a great blueprint as to how to do that. If you can follow what the Lions were able to do, you'll probably have a good chance of staying disciplined and keeping things in front of you. The Lions defense did allow a few things to go over their head. They did allow a big touchdown run to Derrick Henry early. They allowed a couple deep throws to Mark Andrews. Tylan Wallace got a big catch earlier in the game as well for Baltimore. So it's not going to be a 100% shutdown, but when it mattered, the Lions defense got after Lamar Jackson. They stopped Derrick Henry and slowed this offense down and stayed disciplined. So if you can stay disciplined on defense here, that'll dramatically increase your chances of winning, especially because the Ravens defense has been awful. Then key number 3, just play your game. The one thing that the Lions did really well against the Baltimore Ravens was they came in there and they challenged them. They challenged them on the ground. Excuse me, my throat got really dry. They were able to challenge the Ravens physically on the ground running the football. They're built very similarly. The Chiefs are not. You're at home. Here's the deal. Just play your offense how you play your offense. Don't try to do too much of one thing. Don't box yourself in like a fish. Don't do that. Play your game. If you can do that, you're probably going to have success against the Ravens defense, and you're going to score points. And if you can do that, and along with your defense being able to stay disciplined against the Ravens offense, you have a chance to win this game. And who do I have winning this one? Give me the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs win this game. Right now, the Ravens defense has been outright disappointing, and given that the Chiefs defense has bounced back really well these last couple of games, I think they have a chance to really, really shock the Ravens here and make them fall to 1-3. Quick side note. I will say this for a moment. I don't think I picked had my prediction for the Eagles Bucs. I have the Eagles winning this game. One thing, we're just going to jump back to it just for a second. I hate to kind of throw you guys off. I apologize. But for the Eagles, the reason why I have the Eagles winning is because how the Bucs have been able to win has not been sustainable. So I think the Eagles will be the team that finally gets one over on the Bucs and gives them the upset at home. So there's that. So I have the Eagles beating the Bucs, and I have the Chiefs beating the Baltimore Ravens, sending them to 1-3. So now let's look at the rest of the games in week 4, and I'll give you my picks and predictions right now. Throw the graphic up. Boom! Here we go. Seahawks Cardinals on Thursday Night Football. Give me the Seahawks to win. Their offense has played great these last couple of weeks. Their defense has also played really good these past couple of weeks, while the Cardinals have kind of been inconsistent. So I want to see the Seahawks dominate. They're also going to be wearing, both teams will be wearing their rivalry uniforms that Nike unveiled a couple weeks ago, or like a few weeks ago. I don't remember when they unveiled it. But the new rivalry uniforms will be out, so I'll be looking for those. I'm hoping they look good on camera as much as they've done so far in images that have been released. But that's not the point. Seahawks, I think they're going to win this game. I think they look good these past couple of weeks, and I think they win against their divisional rival. Vikings Steelers. Give me the Steelers. Right now, without J.J. McCarthy, Carson Wentz is playing for the Vikings. They had a really strong showing last week, but that's against the Bengals. You're going up against the Steelers now, which are a better football team, and I think the Steelers are able to get a win here and slow the Vikings down and bring them back to earth a little bit. Then Commanders Falcons. This is going to be a good game, a rematch from last year that was really, really good in prime time. I think the Commanders win this one as well. Jaden Daniels is probably going to be back for this game, but also even with Marcus Mariota in, the offense slowed down nothing. It did not slow down at all, and the Falcons are coming off of a shutout loss to Carolina of all teams. So they need to find a way to bounce back big, but I don't think it's going to be against the Washington Commanders. I think they win here. Then we got the Jaguars at the 49ers. This is going to be a good game. The Jaguars have been competitive. The 49ers have been better than what I expected. This should be a fun game that's back and forth. And ultimately, I have the 49ers winning because right now they've shown to be playing better football overall. The offense has been mostly fine, even with Mac Jones in there. I don't have too much concerns about it going against the Jaguars defense. And then defensively for the 49ers, they've been pretty solid. They've been pretty good. And so the Jaguars probably going to have a little bit more growing pains on offense in this game. Their defense is going to have some struggles, although they might have some success as well. They have a chance to do some good things in this game. But I think the 49ers are better right now, giving the 49ers to win this game. Then Chargers Giants. Is this even a conversation? Give me the Chargers. The Chargers have played great football these first 3 weeks, and they look like a true contender. They look like one of the best teams in the AFC right now. And against the Giants, also, Jackson Dart is making his first career start. What are the Giants freaking doing? The Giants are idiots. They are absolute idiots. Why would you ever start Jackson Dart? He is not ready to start. Why would you ever do that? What a horrible idea for the New York Giants, because they're starting him against one of the best defenses in the NFL. You are stupid. The Giants are stupid for making that decision, and I expect Jackson Dart to get killed in this game against the Chargers. Chargers are going to win this game outright, no doubt. Panthers Patriots, though. This is going to be a fun one. Both teams are on the lower side or on the lower end of the power rankings in the NFL, but both kind of need to build some momentum here. The Patriots have been sputtering on offense. They've been inconsistent, and their defense has also struggled. The Panthers got a really big win last week against the Falcons, winning 30-0. And against the Patriots defense that has struggled, I expect them to build some momentum here. Give me the Panthers to win this game in what should be a close affair in New England on the road. Then Saints Bills, another lopsided one. Give me the Bills. I have no reason to believe the Saints are going to win this game. Maybe they can be a little bit more competitive, but no, I think the Bills win this game. Then Browns Lions, another blowout. Give me the Lions. I don't expect the Lions to let what happened to the Packers happen to them. I think the Lions are going to destroy the Browns. There's no reason that the Browns should be able to stay competitive in this game, even against a high-powered offense like the Lions. Their defense has been good, but the Lions' offense has proven that they are much better. Then we got the Bears at the Raiders. This is going to be a fun game, another close one. Caleb Williams coming off of a 4-touchdown game. The Raiders coming off of a massive blowout to the Commanders against Marcus Mariota. And quite frankly, right now, Bears got momentum on their side. Give me the Bears to win. Although the Raiders could win this game too. It's going to be a close matchup. I had this game being one of the most important ones on these two teams' schedules because of how close I think these teams are going to be by year's end still. So right now, give me the Bears to win. I think it's going to be a close one that they eke out. Then, Jets-Dolphins Monday Night Football. This is going to be a fun game, I think. It's going to be interesting. Both teams are trying to get a win. Both of them are 0-3. Both are going to be desperate. Right now, I had this team splitting going into the year, and that still could change. That could still be true. But right now, give me the Jets. The Jets have been so much more competitive than the Dolphins. The Jets look like they are able to get the ball moving. They look like they're able to compete on defense. And the Dolphins have done almost nothing. They look better in week 3 against the Bills. And they could win this game. They're at home. But right now, the Jets have been a lot more competitive in their football games. I think they win and get the upset against the Dolphins on Monday Night Football. And then the second Monday Night Football game, we got another doubleheader. Bengals at Broncos, a rematch from last year. It was one of the best games of the year. Sadly, it's not going to be the same result here. With the Bengals, without Joe Burrow, I have no reason to pick the Bengals. I think the Broncos are going to win. I think they bounce back and move back to 500 and finally begin to build a little bit of momentum for themselves for what has been an almost disastrous start for their team so far this year. So that being said, that is my week 4 preview, my picks and my predictions for all the games going on this week. Let me know what you guys think about your team in the comments down below. Who do you think is going to win? Who do you think is going to lose? How do you think I've done picking games so far? That being said, that is going to do it. I think I just said that, so sorry. Other than that, hit the like button and the subscribe button. Please do. I'd appreciate it a lot. I appreciate if you guys would do that. We're trying to reach 500 subscribers before the end of the 2025 regular season. So getting the word out and getting people to hit those 2 buttons would help me out a lot. So please, please, please do that. I would greatly appreciate it. Lastly, make sure you follow me and share this video if you want on social media, whether it's Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, all those good social media sites that we all love so much, right? Kinda, maybe. I don't know. I don't like social media all that much, but I understand its importance. So share the video on social media. Follow me on social media. That way we can continue growing the community that we are trying to build. Now, with that being said, that will do it for me today, guys. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. And as always, I will see you all next time.